Please accept my sincere gratitude for visiting Brain Crypto once again. For the apparent reason that it's getting old, whenever we anticipate something, it disappears the next. My thoughts are racing. After that, how frequently is it reasonable to anticipate so frequent meetings with the SEC because it just doesn't happen? Then we'll evaluate it, will we not? Are things going well with the SEC versus Ripple meeting? I believe the original date was August 1st. For all of that and more, subscribe and watch this video if you're an XRP bull. On their website, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission posts details about forthcoming meetings and other activities. Much of the conversation this week has focused on the anticipated August 1st secret meeting. It may have been missing, but we still had the stolen paper that looked like a rippling SEC settlement. Unfortunately, tomorrow at 2 p.m., the closed meeting that was supposed to take place will not be taking place. The only unanswered question is why, but many were likely looking for time in the East. For what reasons was the meeting called off? Some have wondered if we've actually reached an agreement. Is Friday the day that Judge Annalisa Torres will reveal it? It seems natural that she announces a judge on a Friday, as that is when she usually concludes. As things are, speculation is rampant, and we end up having to start all again. It is still unclear if the meeting with the SEC or Ripple was the one that prompted something to happen shortly. For everyone, including Gary Gensler, time is of the essence. No need to worry about this. Sooner rather than later, Gary Gensler will be out of a job if you picture a Trump administration that supports Bitcoin. Because of this, it is critical that this be handled promptly. There are two factors happening at once that will determine XRP's fate, in my view. The agreement will also satisfy their desires. The SEC is losing control of its most pressing issue, the regulation of Bitcoin. In today's announcement, that was made very apparent. The decision by the SEC to no longer classify certain third-party tokens as unregistered securities has resulted in a lawsuit being launched against Binance. Also, a plethora of other cryptocurrencies, like Cardano, Solana Matic, and many more, have recently been deemed not to be securities. It adds credence to our optimistic story about what we want. We haven't seen a price hike yet, but it's right around where we think it will be. The SEC appears to be being exceptionally generous once more. The stakes are just too high when the US government throws billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin onto the market, both for investors and the government. In contrast, Bitcoin has published an intriguing piece in which it asserts that the legal scenario is very intricate. A pending motion has complicated the process. Following the SEC remarks and the testimony of Andrea Fox, an additional expert witness, Ripple took measures to strike on April 29. The fines could be significantly affected by this move, although Judge Bernard Pivot Tables has not made a decision just yet. People were getting quite heated up over the kind of verdict that was announced and when Judge Torres would make her decision. The response indicates that some courts have taken an entire year. But I don't think it will take more than 3 months, certainly not later than September, so there's no need to worry. Consequently, there is an additional responsibility regarding a possible XRP settlement. I am crossing my fingers that Friday brings some good news. May it be successful. Looking ahead, though, I can't help but question whether this is all a ruse to aid Kamala Harris's presidential campaign in November or whether it's really a holdover from the September Ripple settlement. Unless I'm dreaming, I get the impression that we're working on an emotion and will eventually reach that point. In my opinion, that's when things start to get out of hand. Crucially, the market's optimism about XRP's future action has been validated. In addition, we are aware that a substantial amount of funding is going to be set aside for this. When that notification is sent out, The whole world is watching with bated breath as the XRP decision approaches. As we said earlier, I anticipate a deluge of investment in XRP along with the announcement of massive TGW agreements. This will solidify XRP's position as the asset of choice for financial institutions and systems, and it will also bolster the narrative surrounding cross-border payments. We have previously discussed how HSBC Bank of America is one of many institutions that accept XRP as payment. The CME has already listed it, so now we just have to wait and watch how things work out. The price chart shows that we are still in a solid position, even after Bitcoin's small 1.9% decline. He is still far below 1%, despite having just broken out of the bull flag pattern. The news is promising. Since he was turned down at 65 cents, it's clear he wants to retest higher regions, therefore I'm expecting a somewhat higher retest around 70 cents. But I'm expecting a rapid dollar retest because he's predicting a big change. If there is any fresh data, it will likely pertain to XRP. With that out of the way, we can declare that our XRP work has reached a promising growth trend. My sincerest wish is that the announcement will not let down the numerous purchasers, as it has not sparked any type of excitement. Picking XRP is a no-brainer. When no news is given, people usually just leave, and the cycle starts over. If you want to know what's happening in the world right now, subscribe to the channel. Anyone interested in following me on social media or learning more about leverage trading would be a great fit for my next project. Plus, that is just the beginning of the tasks that need to be completed this week. You should not miss this meeting, it is coming up in just a few days. Given that there was an agreement and that a significant sum of XRP, about 15 million, had already been sent, Don is the one responsible for the cancellation. Do you think that's a reasonable fine? I see. The fact that you've subscribed and taken the time to view my channel is greatly appreciated. Afterwards, we will meet up.